We are Lagos Talk 91.3.
Let's talk.
So, kudos to Dapo Abiodun, Governor of Ogun State. I like the fact that he's recognizing sporting heroes. It's a good sign. It's good to know that when you perform at a very high level for your country and your state, that you will be recognized. And especially for the Paralympians, they need every form of financial assistance they can get. The breadth of the awards wasn't really, I don't know what they were given, but whatever it is, I really thank the Ogun State government. It's a good one, and it will encourage the Paralympians, who are special people, any which way you cut it, because what they do, they have to put in much more effort than able-bodied athletes to get where they're going.
Can I ask a question? It's just my thinking. Why is the governor doing these things now?
It could be political. I don't care. I
just wanted to be sure.
We're on the same page. It could be political, but I really don't care. As long as it's not Lamba, as long as it's not just for, as Pierre Kingsley mentioned.
It's not the first one. Remember, someone else increased salaries.
Yes, it's good as long as it's real. What I will not take, or I'll be very unhappy about, is like one governor in the East that promised XYZ. I never did it anyway.
But isn't that also selfish?
I think it's skewed our society, because representing your nation and at the end of it all, waiting on government to give you some kind of reward, I think is faulty, to be honest.
I agree.
I think it's very faulty, because I agree. I think it's faulty.
Are they waiting? But not
because
did they go and make a representative?
So somebody on social media.
No, the reason I say this
the
reason I say this is because in saner societies, the much vaunted phrase that we always use, corporate world will be falling over themselves to seek out these people for representation. How many governments in saner climes do we hear of rewarding athletes, giving them houses, millions of pounds or dollars or whatever it is? The corporate world will identify that this person is a model that we can use for further projection. So this person does not go into competition and at the back of his or her mind is thinking, if I do well, hopefully my state governor or the federal government will give me this or give me that. And when that doesn't happen, then you start to have ill feelings. You don't find joy in representing your nation because you're looking ultimately for some kind of reward.
As usual, I totally disagree with what you just said, but it's your opinion. For me, first things first, any athlete that is getting into this business for pecuniary gain is in the wrong business. First things first, you want to succeed, you want to win, you want to get there. Let's use to be. I'm sure she wasn't running so that they could get one house in Jebu. No, she was running so she could be the best she could be. Now these things come as a byproduct, and I do hear what you say about private sector participation or private sector sponsorship of this, but if they don't come.
No, but now they are coming.
Yes,
now they're coming.
And
Esebrome has signed.
Yes, but
Toby Amusa has signed.
But is it Esebrome and Toby that went to go and lobby the likes of Globalcom or all these people that? No, those ones finally because there's a story. Jomoto told me that story of how there was a time that some of these athletes were actually seeking for some form of, said maybe through an intermediate or something. It was like, can we find some people that will be interested for like 4 or 5 years ago that will be interested in like sponsoring the trade or something?
But
and the answer was, it was like stony silence.
No, but things have changed from then to what it is now.
No, things have changed for them.
No, things have changed.
I'm sorry, fam. No,
things have changed. So you mentioned starting off. You mentioned Globalcom, Amstel Malt, right? They've also Amstel Malta, what they're called. They've also signed Esebrome. Super Falcons, they put their money behind the Super Falcons. I'm saying that these are brands that are now saying, okay, we're identifying, because
these people have now bust out. They have done the work on the field. No,
the Super Falcons have not bust out. What were they?
They've been perennial winners. What I'm talking about.
My point is, they've not done anything different from what they used to do before. But people are still coming out to say, we're going to put our money here. We're going to put our mouth here.
I'm saying a lot of these corporates don't do anything until you are so
obviously.
up there.
No, but yes.
No, but
yes. If you had money, if you were a corporate organization, would you put your money on somebody who will not give you mileage for your brand? No.
It depends on it depends on how you see it. I'll still talk about Shane Ade to the MD of Guinness, and since we're mentioning brands. 2013, the Eagles. In fact, before they left Nigeria,
that's easy.
People are calling, it's not easy. It's not easy.
Easiest brand to jump on.
Nobody.
If you notice, I didn't mention the Super Eagles because the Super Eagles is the easiest
Super Eagles
one.
brand in 2013 was
poor.
Is our easiest brand. It is not.
It is
not
the easiest brand we've got.
Not in 2013, but these guys put together a
flag signing. Super Eagles were going to a major tournament.
Yes.
Yeah.
The first
for the brand already, that's success in itself.
Yes.
Whether they win the AFCON or not is irrelevant. The point is that they're identifying with a team that is going for a major tournament.
As I've said, I have nothing against any organization that decides to bless these athletes.
Organization or
administration or government. It's not the athletes themselves that are soliciting. It is the government for their own reasons,
and that's why we said it's for sometimes it's for selfish reasons.
No, we're not saying that it's wrong for government to.
No, but you just said
that's why I spoke very slowly so that people understand. I'm not saying I'm not saying that it's wrong.
You're saying I'm slow.
Yes, because obviously you don't understand. Because you don't understand because you're misrepresenting now.
No, I'm not misrepresenting. You said that you don't like athletes who are expecting to get benefits.
I'm saying, I've said it many times before. I'm going to say it again. The idea of going. You're talking now. You're not listening.
I'm listening.
The idea of going into competition, with the mindset of expectation from either the federal government, state government, or whatever,
or local government,
is what I disagree with.
But how do you know? Are you reading their mind? No, are you reading their mind? You are making a flat statement here. Are you reading? Do you know any athlete that does that?
Many. I've spoken to many, Shegun. I'm not speaking in blindly
that
here.
They expect money. Where's the proof?
Hey, Jesus.
No, where's the proof now? You can't make this boxing without proof. There's no proof.
But he just said.
Where is the proof?
I like this.
Where is the proof?
I like this language.
Where's the proof?
It's because this thing you're saying is that's why sometimes you come and you say somebody reads out a story and say if it is true, but it's the reality that we face. You say if it is true.
Oh, now it's
it's the same thing as saying where's the proof. If you interact on a regular, with athletes, you would realize these things.
So, can you bring us an interview and publish it or play it back for us? Where
many of them would have spoken under this thing.
There's no proof.
But it's an experience they've shared with you.
There's no proof.
But he's the proof. He's just told.
There's no proof. Why should I take his word for it?
You don't believe him?
No. He has no proof. So, when you provide proof, that will take with proof. It is an evidential. We're not in court, but give us evidence, please.
We are Lagos Talks 91.3.
Let's talk.